I'm out here working out, man. And listen, I don't mean this to offend anybody, but you ever wonder what would happen if a white person got online and started saying stuff like, oh, what they gonna do for white people? You know, what about the white people? What about us? You know what I'm saying? Um, and just did what we do and just did it for their community. Could you imagine what that person would probably face if they got on a platform and talked about, white solidarity and white people sticking together. White people got to stick together. You know what I'm saying? And, black people don't care about us. You know what I'm saying? Like, could you imagine what would happen if they got on here and did that? Because I mean, we kind of get on here and say what we say. You know what I'm saying? Black people got to stick together. I think everybody maybe even agrees with that, and they're used to hearing black people say that at this point. We often talk about black leaders in the community. Could you imagine if white people got on here and just kind of was talking about white leadership and we need more white leaders in the community? You won't ever see a white person get on here and say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't never see those types of conversations. You don't see people get on here talking about white unity. We need to unite as white people. I think that would raise some eyebrows. I mean, could you imagine? Could you imagine that? As white people, we need to unite. We need to stick together. And it kind of makes me think about what people actually mean when they advocate for blacks to stick together. I don't know if we ever really dive deep into that thought. I know for me, what it typically means is that I look at the fact that we have so much talent, so much success within our community, and it doesn't seem like we have any direction. We still have people on various spectrums of the economic classification scale: poor, low middle class, high middle class. You got a couple rich ones. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that we account for the smaller percentage of the population. We've dealt with the most, I know in America anyway, discrimination, inequality, so we've gone through a lot of those things. And it's just very interesting that we don't have any solidarity when it comes to decision making, like who we're voting for and what we're looking for as a people, as a race. We got all of these billionaires and millionaires in our community, and yet you have a lot of black people starving. You have a lot of black people, in poverty-stricken situations, and we don't have a black economy to help our people. And I guess I think about back in the day, how I was raised, and what was taught to me is that the black people stuck together. You know what I'm saying? So when one person made it, they kind of positioned themselves so that they could support the community. Not saying that they gave their money to all of black people in the community, but they positioned themselves so that they can put other people on, and that cycle could continue. So, they never allowed us to get in certain positions of power, because the fear was that one African American in that position of power could then grow the community, because they would then allow that power to, I guess, matriculate throughout the community, if that's the right word for that. So I just think it's very interesting. So when I say unite, that's what I be thinking when I say unite. But I guess I was just thinking about, dog, like, how would black people react if they came across a white person telling white people to unite, telling white people we need to stick together and put their race above all race, you know what I'm saying? And do what's best for them. Like, you know, just call to action for all white people to unite. I wonder how that would be received. And could you be mad at them? You know, white lives matter. Could you be mad at them? You know, like, would you, is it not a true statement? Like, how do you feel about that? I think we went through that with Kanye. It's just interesting to think about. I just wonder how would that be received, how that would be received. And I'm not doing this to stir up nothing. I'm just sitting down and I'm just wondering. I'm just wondering, man. I'm wondering, why isn't that a conversation in other communities? It's a conversation in no other community but the Black community when you talk about solidarity and, getting things that we need. Why can't we come together as a community of people and create our own economy? You can't say it's not possible. We see it happening in cities everywhere in the world. The Asians have their own economy, dog, pretty much. They got their own stores that they shop at, their own little car dealerships. They got all kind of little stuff that's just for them. It's just their people working there. But Black people can't do that. And we should be able to do it at a much larger scale. And then I think politically, man, that gives us a place to sit at the table. Just something to think about, man. Y'all let me know in the comment section, what your thoughts are about this topic, man. And yeah, interested in hearing or seeing what y'all gotta say. Till the next one, man. It's your boy Joe Squad. I'm out.